So I have made a decision. I've decided that I'm going to stop worrying about making sure that my hair, my makeup, and everything looks all perfect before I shoot a video. Because my goal is really to educate people on how to live a healthy lifestyle. And sometimes that means that you're in the middle of a messy kitchen after a long weekend, or that you don't have your hair and your makeup perfect or anything like that. My goal is really to just show people how to live a healthy lifestyle and how to feel great. And so, with that said, I'm just going to shoot this film. I just finished my workout. I'm sweaty, I'm stinky, and my hair's not done, my makeup's not done. But I'm not going to worry about that because I want you to see what my life is like day to day so that you can figure out how to implement the simple things that I do in my life that have helped me to feel healthy and to keep my body strong um, every day. And so that being said, I'm going to show you what I'm having for breakfast today. Um, and I did want to talk a little bit more about holidays too. I talked about holidays in my last video, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about holidays because I've been thinking more about it. Anyway, so for breakfast today, I have got some pre-cooked millet that I pulled out of my freezer last night. So if you listen to me at all, you know I write down my food for the next day the night before. So I already know what I'm having for my meals today. So I have my 6 ounces of millet that I pulled out of the freezer, so it's thawed out. I'm just gonna dump it in my bowl. You notice I have a very big bowl. I eat a lot of food. It's one of the really awesome things about eating food, like whole foods that are really nourishing for you, is that not only are they really nourishing, but you can eat a lot of them. So if you're somebody that likes to eat a lot of food, eating whole foods is a great way to go. So adding to the millet, I'm going to take one apple and I'm going to slice it. And my apple slicer is kind of on the way out, so it's a little bit hard to use right now. But all right, so just slice my apple. And then I'm going to take the peel and everything because the peel has so much, so many vitamins and minerals and lots of fiber. So I want to keep the peel. Plus, I think it adds a lot to the flavor as well. I'm going to chop it up. This is something I love to do through the fall and the winter. It's such a simple, fast, easy breakfast. And you can even cook it all the night before if you wanted to and grab it and eat it on the go. So once I get my apple all cut up in here, I'm going to add some flaxseed, which is part of my protein. I do I do have 2 servings of protein with my breakfast. I like to really beef up my protein for breakfast. If your main goal right now is to lose weight, then I wouldn't beef up the protein so much and you would eat less. But I'm going to do 1 ounce of flax, which is half of a serving of protein. My other half of my first serving of protein is going to be soy milk, which I'll add after I cook. There we go, a little bit more than 1 ounce. I do have my scale here underneath my bowl. I know you can't see it on the camera, but I've got a scale, a food scale under here. Oh, okay. So we got 1 ounce of flax. And then I'm going to do just a dash of salt and some pumpkin pie spice. And I just kind of dump a little bit in. I know some people have issues with getting a little crazy with spices and stuff. If you're one of those people, just measure it, put in like a teaspoon. For me, if I get too much, it just doesn't taste good to me, so I don't like it. All right, so this is what I'm going to pop in the microwave for about 2 minutes. If I had not pulled my billet out last night and it was frozen, I would probably do this for 3 to 4 minutes, just to thaw the millet really well. But I'm going to just pop it in. Actually, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to put this in for 3 minutes because I want the apples to cook down a little bit more because I like the cooked apple with this. So I'm going to do this for 3 minutes. And then while that is cooking, I'm going to measure out 2 ounces of pecans. And these are going to be my other proteins. I have 2 servings of protein for my breakfast right now. So 2 ounces, and then I'm going to chop them up. And I will add those with 4 ounces of soy milk once that is out of the microwave. Okay, so while I'm chopping this, I do want to talk a little bit about holidays, like I was saying. Um, I was thinking a lot about when I first started living this way, like eating this way. And when I first started, I realized my identity was really caught up in food, especially when it came to how I relate to my family. There are certain foods and traditions that are tied up with those foods that had given me this sense of belonging in my family for a long time. It was like something that we did together and something that we enjoyed. And so changing everything that I eat and the way that I eat really meant changing my that identity, changing how I thought about food and how it related to my family and how it related to me belonging in my family. And so as I have slowly transitioned, I now have this new identity as somebody who doesn't eat flour and somebody who doesn't eat sweeteners and somebody who lives whole food plant based. And that is really different than everyone else around me. And in a lot of ways, I think it's been really good because I realized that, my family, my friends, they still love me. Some of them probably think I'm crazy. I'm sure they do. But they still love me. We still have a great time together. And so I realized that the foods that I felt like were connecting us together didn't really matter so much. I hope that makes sense. But so I have this new identity as somebody who eats different, even though my family doesn't, and it's okay. We still love each other. We still have a great time when we get together for the holidays. And so that's another thing to think about too, as you're thinking about getting through the holidays and maintaining a healthy lifestyle through the holidays, thinking about your identity and how your food relates to your identity. And can you start working on an identity shift? And it does take time, it really does. And the way that you change that identity is by just continually doing those things, those little daily habits that you know are going to get you to your goals. And as you do that, then your identity and your mind will start to shift. You will start, because as you watch yourself do those things, you realize, I am a person that does this. I am a person that's healthy. Okay, so I'm gonna just stir that up just a little bit. Millet is a little bit crumbly sometimes. So let's just see this. It is a little bit crumbly when you first warm it up like that. And that's part of why I like to add the soy milk. But also, the soy milk has a good bit of protein. And I do want to say something about soy. There is a lot of misconceptions out there about soy. A lot of people get really caught up in the fact that soy has phytoestrogens in it. And they think that that's going to mess with your estrogen levels and yada, 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 yada. And what the studies that are done on actual people, not on animals, what those studies show is that soy actually has a positive effect on your estrogen levels. And for ladies, if you are going through menopause or you're postmenopausal or whatever, um, it will actually help with all of the negative symptoms of that, like hot flashes and all of that. I mean, I'm going through that myself. I have zero hot flashes, like, yeah, that time of the month. So much easier for me than it used to be before I went whole food plant based. I mean, way, way better. So it had a lot of really positive effects on everything. So if you look at the actual research that's done by nutrition researchers and that, a lot of good stuff about soy. So don't be afraid of using soy, whether that's soy milk, soybeans, tofu, whatever it might be. Anyway, so I've got my soy milk. You can see that this looks really like nice and creamy now. And that is my breakfast today. I hope you have a wonderful day. I do have a really fun announcement to make. I will be starting a new nutrition course that will start on January 2nd. So if you're one of those people that's kind of like holding out, you just want to get through the holidays because you're not ready to jump in yet, but you really want to jump in January 2nd, or maybe you just want to, refresh things, make your program stronger, whatever that might be. I will be starting a nutrition course on, no, on January 2nd. It will be every Thursday. I will be teaching a course, and we'll be doing this through Google Meets. So it will be all online. And if you can't make it live, that's fine. Don't worry about it. If you're signed up, you will automatically get the recording later on that day. So I hope you can join. It's only $19 for the course. It's an 8-week course. And I'm just going to be teaching you a lot about how to live a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. And we'll talk about different ways that you can go about doing that to make sure that you're getting the right nutrients. A lot of people go vegetarian or vegan or whatever, and then they say that they don't feel well and they're unhealthy and their vitamin levels aren't right and all of that. And it's just because they don't know how to incorporate all of the right foods into their diet. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do all of that. We'll even talk about ways that you can do that if you need to lose weight, or if you need to maintain your weight, or if you need to gain weight, whatever the case may be. And we'll be giving you tips for all of that and just helping you learn some simple daily habits that you can do that will help you to become healthier and healthier, and to incorporate this kind of lifestyle into your life so that you can be the healthiest you there is. Have a great day.